Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, KSENIA Akishina, realtor with Mihara And Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and KSENIA.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. I am the host, Frank the Bank Cotto, in studio with my amazing co-host, KSENIA Akishina. How you doing, Sen?
I'm doing great. Hello, Frank the Bank. Welcome to our guest.
Are you freezing? Are you cold
Well,
today?
not in here. But I walked outside. I'm like, oh, I better put on something warm.
Yeah, and you go in the shade, and it's like really cold out there. So I think we woke up. They said the airport this morning, it was 39 degrees here in Tampa Bay. That's pretty cold.
Yeah, it's crazy how it happens, though. This weekend was so warm. I'm like, yeah, right. Is it really going to get that cold?
No, it did.
Here it is.
I was up in my hunting farm in North Florida over the weekend, and it was hot. Like, we were in shorts and T-shirts on Saturday, and then Sunday. Got a little cool in the evening. We woke up on Monday morning and do one more hunt and went out into the barn, and normally it's kind of warm, and I'm sitting there, and I forgot my gloves. I left everything in Tampa. Luckily, I had a little thing of hand warmers. Oh, my God. Like, my son and I were freezing. The wind was whipping. How bad was the wind, too? It was like 30 miles an hour yesterday.
Well, I wasn't out hunting.
Oh,
but...
yeah, that's a good point. Well, I guess you were just in the warmth of your house yesterday.
Yep.
Man, it was fun. So good morning to all you hunters listening on early morning on 970 Sunday morning. If you're a hunter, if you're a fisherman, this is the season. This is why you live in Florida, for this weather. If you're a snowbird, welcome back. We know you guys are all coming down right now. You guys, I see these snowbirds. You know how you can tell it's a snowbird? You see what they're wearing when it's cold. They're in flip-flops and T-shirts. You got like James over here. He's bundled. He's got like 3 shirts on. You've got what?
Buck.
Look what he's got. Oh, that slides with the socks.
I've been in Canada.
That's right. So if you guys don't know who James Wilder Jr. is, you are in for a treat today. This is a local Tampanian. The guy's a football star, Florida State, CFL, comes from an NFL family with his dad being a Buccaneer as well. So we're going to meet James today. He's a good friend of Lincoln Lending Groups and of Frank the Bank here. We're going to be talking a little bit about James's story. We're going to be talking about the Wilder Sports Academy. If you guys, you don't know what it is, but you're going to know what it is today. I want you to go to Wilder Sports, that's WILDER, by the way, wildersportsacademy.com, or you can find them on Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, Courier Pigeons. You can find them everywhere they fly. Wilder Sports Academy, you see that shirt right there. Check it out. James is going to tell us what is that. But before we get to that, we're going to learn about, we got a lot of exciting stuff today, Sen. So we walked in, we're just going to talk to James, but Senia's like, Frank, how about 50-year mortgages, right? It's Veterans Day. How about veterans loans, right? What are we going to do with that? It's freezing. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the VA guarantee at Lincoln Lending Group. If you're a veteran, you don't want to miss that. We're going to get into that before the end of the first segment, along with little stats. And then when we get into the second segment, we're going to learn about James Wilder Jr. Where did he grow up? How did he get into football? What do you kids got to do? Maybe you're some of the boys right now at Jesuit because you guys have school today. I know I had to drop my son off. So maybe you guys are checking it out today. You're going to find out, what does it take to be a winner? Whether it's mortgages, whether it's real estate, or whether it's football. You're going to find out what it takes to be a winner on today's show, the Business Happy Hour. So with all that, let's get started. Let's see. We're going to go first today. How about let's talk about the real estate market a little bit. And James, by the way, chime in. You're not just a guest on the show; you're a guest host. So even if you disagree with us, you're welcome to say it. Right?
I gotcha.
Now, most people agree, right? But last week, by the way, we had a great Gold Star family on last week. That show, I think today's going to be a little different show. It's going to be a little lighthearted today. Last week we were sending, at least me, I couldn't hold it because we found out he lost his son and his son's name was Frankie. And they, like halfway through the story, I'm like, oh gosh. I was like, this is bad. So Craig's going to come visit us tomorrow at Mission Barbecue. So that's going to be awesome. He's doing a little something special for us. But Sen, How you been? How are the real estate stats? What's going on in the market right now? Then we can get into mortgages and rates and all that.
That sounds good. Well, for September, so as we've been talking, we definitely had, an uptick in closed sales volume. So that's good.
Good.
It means more activity. But in general, no huge shifts. But what I've had a lot of clients asking me lately is, are we kind of through that, correction period?
Okay.
Who knows really? I kind of feel like even the correction period that, we were all expecting to have, sure, things have slowed down a bit, not as many closings happening, but I don't think the price has shifted as much as we all anticipated.
And by correction, you're talking about what people were kind of expecting to see prices drop considerably. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. I had clients, a year or 2 years ago, oh, it's going to crash, prices are going to go down so much. And,
right.
We didn't really see too much of that.
How much do you, if you were to throw in, I hate to put you on the spot,
sure,
but if you were to throw a number at it and say prices have dropped by this percentage over the last year or two, is there a number? What do you think?
If you bundle it, and every month is different. So my stats are, year over year. So I guess take, for example, in Hillsborough County for September, year over year, it was up by 0.4%.
Whoa.
Nothing major, but just across the board, we haven't seen any huge fluctuations.
Wow. How about Pinellas County? What were they? They had to be down a little bit, right?
Pinellas was down a little bit, 2.3%.
So when we talk about percent, 2.3, what are people asking for in closing costs these days when they're doing offers?
Well, that's the part where we're saying go buy now.
Right.
These are the numbers that don't get factored in.
Right.
So say, a house is listed for $500, you get a deal at the $490. What the regular consumer is not going to see that buyer also got an additional, $15,000, $20,000 in concessions from the seller.
Right.
Whether it's for, rate buy downs or just
closing costs.
Sure, closing
right.
costs. I've got, carpet that you'll need to replace. Here's, $5,000 for that, but.
Yeah, so that doesn't show a little bit of that correction. In other words,
it doesn't show that, no.
But overall, what I'm really focused here on is that people were looking for this correction, and you just kind of burst the bubble right there, and you're like, guys, it didn't correct. It actually went up.
Hopefully it corrected a little bit. I think from the frenzy of what we were seeing with zero inventory and every house getting multiple offers and people going way above. $50,000 more than ask price.
Right.
I think the correction itself has happened where things, aren't crazy like that. There is some, negotiating power, but in general, prices went down a bit.
Yeah. And I think we have some exciting stuff coming here. James, we're going to get into that here in just a minute. James over smiling. He was messing around with the camera. He's like, forget this stupid thing that Frank had attached over there. He's like, I'm going to get this other one where you look good either way, James.
There we go. Appreciate it.
You look good. You sound good. This guy is not shy to the camera, by the way. Absolutely never. So what else do we want to talk about in stats?
I think the main point is that I think, what's been happening with interest rates, the lower that those are going to go. We are going to have those buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines come back.
Right.
When that happens, and the activity really starts, getting spurred again, this is the time to buy now.
It is. How's our inventory?
Get the deal, negotiate. We're still
right in where we've been
a lot higher during, the pandemic years, but still
right.
For single family homes, in Hillsborough, it's, 4 months, Pinellas 4.2, Pasco 3.8, overall it's 4.
Yeah. So we're still low on the inventory. We're down by 30%.
Inventory is still low. So that's why I think, if people don't act now, I have had more listing calls. I will say that there are, sellers that are finally ready. Okay, I'll put my house on the market. Some want to wait till the new year to kind of see, how things shake out.
We can only wait so long.
You can only wait so long. And I think if you are buying, start the process now.
Right. Good advice.
Call Frank. Rates are. Tell me about rates.
Well, you heard the little thing in news. I tell you, you know what? Let's talk rates for veterans first.
Sure.
Right? Since it's Veterans Day. James, do you have any veterans in your family?
Yes. Larry Blue. Shout out to Larry Blue.
Shout out to Larry. What did Larry do? Was a Marine, Air Force?
Yes, he's been in the Air Force since I was in elementary school.
Oh, so he's a lifer.
Yeah, for lifer.
All right, man.
Since high school, fresh out of high school.
Well, happy Veterans Day, Larry Blue. You get a special shout out today. I want to say happy Veterans Day to my dad up there in heaven and to all the veterans who gave it all. Thank you for what you guys have done, and for all you veterans listening to the show right now. Let's talk rates, and let's talk what Lincoln Lending can do for veterans right now. Sen, what do you think about the VA loan compared to conventional and FHA? Do you have any opinions on it?
I mean, I think it's great.
I love that you said that.
I wish I was a veteran so I could get a VA loan.
Right. So the reason I asked you that question is because I find a lot of real estate agents are ill-informed about the VA loan, and they think that it's a harder loan. And if they have a VA offer and a conventional offer, I feel a lot of times they're going to go with the conventional offer, right? And I want to dispel that myth and that rumor right here on Veterans Day, is that the VA loan is the loan that you should choose. If you're a listing agent or if you're a seller, you want the veteran. They literally risked everything for you, right, and your family. So let's say you don't care about that. All right, let's say you're a cold-hearted snake and you just don't care that they went out there and fought for you. Let's say we're just going off the math. Well, here you didn't know this, but a VA loan with Lincoln Lending Group has no minimum credit score and no maximum debt ratio. So what happens when that buyer goes out and does some dumb stuff? Right? Screws up his credit in the middle of the transaction, goes out and buys a car or a piece of furniture, getting ready to own that house and have that garage. He screws up his debt ratio. Well, if you are in a VA loan, you likely with Lincoln Lending Group can still stay in underwriting and stay approved in most cases. The conventional guy has to have a 620 credit score, and he has to have a debt ratio under 45 or 50%. So there is no wiggle room. So next time you're out there, you're a real estate agent or you're a seller, and you're considering which offer to take, I don't care if the conventional guy's putting 30% down, right? They still can get screwed by screwing up their credit or their debt ratio. Where the VA loan, you can put get 100% financing, no money down, have no max debt ratio, no minimum credit score. You got to go to contactfrankthebank.com to talk to me about it, or text me. I always put my cell phone number in all the descriptions, but contactfrankthebank.com will bring you right to me, and you can get approved for this VA loan. When we get back from the break, we're going to real quick talk about the VA guarantee, and then Sen had a question about long-term mortgages that just came up this weekend. Something very interesting. If you've ever heard of a 50-year mortgage, I haven't. But we're going to talk about it in just a minute with James Wilder Jr., KSENIA KSENIA from Mihara And Associates, and Frank the Bank. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a minute. Woo, that was a lot for the first thing.
All the best mortgage or real estate advice from Tampa Bay's top experts. It's the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank Cotto and KSENIA KSENIA.
All right, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial, in studio with James Wilder Jr., Florida State champion, CFL champion, just a great guy all around, and he's just opening the Wilder Sports Academy. We're going to plug that again. We're going to find out what the Wilder Sports Academy does a little later in the show. Matter of fact, James just put out there, if you guys got any questions, hit us up on Instagram. We hardly ever do that, but you guys are welcome to ask questions about what we're talking about or just something in general. You know, KSENIA does real estate over at Mihara And Associates. You can call her at
813-755-REAL.
That's it, 755-REAL. Or you can go to contactfrankthebank.com, or you can visit Wilder Sports Academy. We've got a lot of things going on today. Let's get back into the VA loan since it's Veterans Day. Then I know you have a quick question about crazy mortgage products and terms. And then we're going to learn who James Wilder Jr. is and what's he doing with the Wilder Sports Academy. Get ready for that. So, VA loans. You just mentioned in the break, you said you never thought about it like that as a real estate agent.
I haven't thought about it like that. So no, it's a very good point that, you know, there's just a lot more flexibility with your veterans loans, not as strict. So if they do mess something up, you could still probably save them and get the deal done.
Yeah. And sadly, you know, I can't use the word I want to use on the radio, but what do buyers sometimes do in the middle of transactions? Stupid stuff, right?
Stupid stuff. That's
Stupid
a good way to put
stuff,
it.
Right? Don't buy a car. Don't screw up your credit in the middle of a mortgage transaction. I had a lady call me. She's in the middle of her loan the other day. She goes, I want to quit my job and take this other job. I was like, when? She's like now. I go, man, we're closing in 7 days. I was like, can you? She's like, I hate my job. I go, can you hate it for like in 7 or 8 days instead of now? You know, just please. Anyway, so that's all this good advice. So I'll talk real fast because I want to get in with James. I know you have a question about terms. It's Veterans Day. We have a VA guarantee. All right, we did this in honor of my father, Silver Star, Purple Heart, Frank Cotto, Senior. We created the VA guarantee. Any VA loan, $250,000 and up, I will beat the written estimate. You have to provide us with a written estimate. You can text it to me at 813-765-1239. That's 765-1239. Tell me what credit score the other lender got on you and text me the estimate. I will send it to my team, and in less than an hour, we will provide you with a written estimate, and we will beat rate and cost. And you asked what the rates were earlier today. Here we go. I'm supposed to give like APRs and all this, so I'm going to say it differently so that we don't have to follow all these crazy rules. We can lock you under 5.26% on a VA loan, under 5.26%. That might cost you a little bit. Or if you don't want to pay, the VA guarantee we did this morning for somebody was at a rate just under 5.5%, just under 5.5%. And it didn't cost that veteran anything on a $350,000 loan. No points, that is. And another guy with a 615 credit score got a rate just under 5.77%. 5.7 was under 5.77. You do the math and figure out what rate he got, but it was under 5.77, and he paid zero origination fees, zero underwriting fees, and has an amazing rate. So people think the rates are not good. They're wrong, especially for veterans, and we will beat that written estimate. Contact frankthebank.com or text me directly and send the estimate, and we will take care of you veterans on Veterans Day.
Yeah, but all those scenarios are under 6%. Like I think
All
if you were to look, on Google or wherever else, I don't think I see anything that's under 6.
That's part of the problem. Is you Google it, and then they show these rates are in the 6s and 7s, and that's what keeps people on the fence. So speaking of people trying to get off the fence, what was the news you saw this week about mortgage terms?
So, yes, I guess our President Trump announced, I think the conversation's starting about 50-year mortgages.
50-year. James, are you 50 years old?
Nah.
He's like,
not 50.
Not 50.
I got some more hairs, but not 50.
Yeah, you're doing good on the hair. I think you're going to be just fine on the hair. I don't know.
I appreciate it.
I think I made it in the mid-40s and I still got it, so I think I'm going to be okay. 50-year mortgages. So yes, Trump floated 50-year mortgages, and then the guy who's in charge of like housing or whatever in the Federal Housing Administration, something like that, chimed in and said, yes, it's true. They're considering it and they're working on it. So immediately the internet went on a negative buzz about 50-year mortgages. So I wanted to speak out, and I'm going to do a video when we're done with the radio show, and I'm going to speak very specifically to 50-year mortgages. But I did some research. I already knew the answer, but I did some research to find out, is a 50-year mortgage good or bad? And where I started the research was, what do Americans already do, right? And here's a couple key statistics, all right? How many people do you think, I'm going to ask James this, then I'm going to go to you. How many people do you think take out a 30-year loan and keep that loan for 30 years and pay it off?
How much percentage?
What percent of Americans do you think do that? Take out a 30-year mortgage, don't refi, don't sell it, keep it 30 years and pay it off. What percentage of America does that?
12.
That's a good guess. The answer is less than 5. Closer to 3%.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, it's got to be so small because,
it
doesn't happen.
No.
Even statistically, if people move, every 7 years, sure, unless you're, okay, this is the house I'm going to retire in.
Yeah.
But most people don't, even with, the 30-year mortgages.
You just threw out there 7 years. You just pulled that because you're an experienced real estate agent. You said people move every 7 years. The stat right next to this says the average life of a 30-year mortgage in the United States is 7 years.
Oh.
Driven by rates, home sales, refinances, earlier payoffs. Few loans survive to maturity without intervention, right? So all the negative publicity on the 50-year mortgages. Oh my God, people are going to get a mortgage. They're never going to own their home. They're going to get it when they're 30, and they're going to die at 78, and they're never even paid off their home. They got to live to 80. It doesn't happen. Statistically, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't get the negative buzz because I'm like, all right, even 30, I mean, it doesn't seem like that huge of a hop, really.
No.
30, 50, I mean, it's a long time. And most people do not, keep that same mortgage without doing something to it for,
So what does it do,
years.
right? Mathematically, I ran the math to tell people real numbers here. So let's say you have a $500,000 mortgage at 6% interest. All right, that's high. We're lower. I just told you we're lower than that, but let's just go high, right? Your payment would be about $3,000 a month. Right? Okay. Principal and interest on a $500,000 at 6%. Now, push that 30-year mortgage out to a 50-year mortgage. Your payment goes down by about $270 a month. So it is pretty considerable on the, hold on, 6, 7, 8, no, sorry, $370 a month. I was wrong about that. $370 a month. That's significant.
That's significant, for sure.
So like, James, if you're looking at a house and you're like, hey, I could take this mortgage or this one, knowing you're probably not paying either one of them off over the term,
right.
Would you take the 50?
I'm not going to lie, I would.
You would. He'd take the 50.
Makes sense.
Right? Because you can refinance it. You can sell it. You can move into something else. Hell, you can change it to a 10-year mortgage if you want. If you're like, you know what, I'm really going to keep this house.
Yeah.
Right? You can get into it.
No, a lot of people would, Frank. Like, I mean,
Yes.
the issue is affordability right now.
It is.
And I mean, if that would make something more affordable, so many people would just love to get into a house.
Right.
And it really does come down to the monthly mortgage payment. They're not thinking about, 50 years down the road, 30 years down the road. It's, hey, I need a house today.
Yes.
I want to buy a house. And I mean, if that's what would make that attainable for them,
That's right.
I don't see the issue.
Affordability is the key, and that's what they're doing, and that is my spiel. The segment is over. We'll talk to you guys when we get back with James Wilder Jr. and more on 50-year mortgages.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, KSENIA Akishina, realtor with Mihara And Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and KSENIA.
All right, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. We're having a lot of fun here on Veterans Day. Did you know that today is 11/11? What does that mean? Do we get like a free Slurpee or something? I don't know. My kids always mess with 7-Eleven. Go get your Slurpee, Dad. Oh, man, these kids. James Wilder Jr., welcome to the Business Happy Hour. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. We get to hang out every once in a while. You come over to the office. We shot some videos. I said, man, you're doing the Wilder Sports Academy. We've got to get you on the show.
Yes.
Like any of our guests, I want you to tell a little bit. We don't want to take too long, but I want to know what makes James Wilder tick? You know, I know you as a Florida State champion. My wife and I went to Florida State, so we knew exactly. We watched you on the field. Go Noles! Which this year we started. Let's not talk about what happened this year. Let's just talk about the Alabama game. That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, there we go.
It was a great game.
There we go.
But James, tell us a little bit about you. Where'd you come from? I know you grew up in a football family. I'd like to know what it took to become James Wilder, and then by the next segment, we're going to talk all about Wilder Sports Academy.
Yes, the Wilder name, if you're from Tampa and you're older than 33, that's my age, you may have heard the Wilder name in the 80s. My father played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the 80s. He holds the Russian record. He holds the Russian record in
We got a limp mic. There he goes.
It's not going to do me like that, is it?
Please, man. Come on, Mike, work. There we go. All right, we're going to get it to work here. James's mic is falling apart over here.
You look like a rookie over here.
No, it's not him. I promise you it's the equipment here in the studio. Hold on. We're going to get this fixed real quick for James. Hang on.
But I know how. Yeah, you might be better.
Here.
Oh, is that good?
How about using
That's going to have to work.
Is that going to work? Okay, if not, we can use that one.
Yeah. There we go.
All right, cool.
Nice.
I don't know what works better. All right, there we go. Back to James.
There we go. So, I'm James Wilder Jr. My father in 1980s, he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. James Wilder Sr., he's the all-time rusher for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My mom was a Bucks wife.
A Bucks wife. Yeah, I love that.
The head Bucks wife for 1983 through 1987.
All right.
My sister, she played for the Tampa Bay Breeze here, the professional football team here.
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh man, her highlight is crazy. And then I'm the youngest, so I had some big shoes to fill. And I played for Florida State, went to Plant. By ESPN, ranked the #1 athlete in the nation. Went to Florida State, won a national championship. Go Noles.
Now, what year did you win that championship?
13.
13. Okay,
13 season.
Yep.
Yeah, 13 season. Jameis Winston got the Heisman that year.
Yep.
Beautiful season. 2 years with the Bengals, 1 year with the Bills, 7 years with the CFL. Won the Grey Cup up there, Rookie of the Year up there. And that's the season. Now I'm back. I'm retired. I'm here to pass the gyms back down to our youth here in the community, here in the Tampa Bay area, and help them get to their dreams.
Man, James, that was a really fast story. So did you grow up? You grew up in Tampa, right? You did grow up here.
Yes.
Where'd you go to elementary school and middle school?
Yeah, man. I was at Lake Magdalene, Carrollwood, and then for middle school I went up to Michigan and came back. Went to Martinez and Lutz. For high school, went to Chamberlain and Plant High School.
Now explain that Chamberlain Plant thing. How did you go from the Chiefs to the Plant?
Oh, you feel me? Yeah, I know. Storm now. I think they're Storm now.
I know. Listen, they're always
careful.
Man.
I know. That's what I say too. Cough.
Dang it.
But Billy Turner. Billy Turner was a legendary coach, and he coached my brother for Chamberlain, and he coached my sister. He used to train my sister for basketball.
Okay.
And he was just a legend, and my dad wanted me to play for him, so that he retired. He happened to retire. I think he got a little sick, and he retired my sophomore year. So after that, he was like, "Hey, I want to help you get somewhere where I know you'll be in good hands with some great coaches." And that's where
He brought you to Plant.
Brought me to Plant.
Man.
Worked out.
Did you play against Jesuit when you were at Plant?
I never got to play against Jesuit.
No.
Never got to play against Jesuit, no.
Okay. That's where I went to school, so I was that's the only time we ever
love
see
there.
you guys.
It's love in between. Love in between those schools.
Yeah, there is.
It just can't be Robinson.
Can't be Robinson. I love it. All right, so we know you had a great career at Florida State, played a little bit in the NFL, and then you had Rookie of the Year in the CFL. What was it like playing in Canada? What's the difference in Canadian football and U.S. football?
Man, you see me in flip-flops now. I mean, I kind of adapted to it a little bit. No, honestly, I went up to Buffalo after Florida State. First of all, I never played in snow, so I played at Florida State. And I went to Buffalo. That was cold. Cincinnati was cold. So I was like, I need to get back down to Miami or Tampa Bay, But Canada was a little different. Obviously, the rules are a little different. The field is different. The field goal is in the front, and there's a few different rules. So for me, I didn't know anything about Canada or the CFL. I
still don't.
Yeah, I'm still learning a little bit about Canada itself.
Right.
Don't let them know that. But for myself, I just wanted to prove to get back into the NFL, honestly.
Right.
And I remember telling my agent, I was like, man, I don't know anything about the CFL, but it has to be Toronto because I'm at least going to get experience out of it.
Right.
It worked out. We won the Grey Cup our first year. I won Rookie of the Year our first year. Man, and I was like literally days and weeks from just getting ready to leave. Coach Mark Trestman, shout out to Mark Trestman. He coached my dad for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he was coaching me in Toronto. He was the head coach. He won Coach of the Year that same year. I won Rookie of the Year. And I was like, Coach, this isn't working out for me. I was like third string running back. I was like, man, at this point, I got my kiddies back home, man. It might be best to get a job. At this point, rookie year, when you're a rookie in the CFL, at that time, it was like $56,000.
Oh,
and that was like CAD. So USD is like That's before taxes. So you do the math, it's like McDonald's in America.
Oh my
And I was
Lord.
like, I was like, Mark Trestman, I love the dream, but man, I'm not playing and I'm just, this is tough.
Yeah.
And he was like, just stick it through. And he called me out. I was like, hey, we're going to give him a chance to start. He was like, he thinks he can start. Let's see what he does. First game had like almost 300 yards. And then the week after that, he wanted to keep me humble. He was like, man, let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can keep him going. Second game, over 300 yards again. And it was just on from there. I kind of refound myself. And
now, did you get to renegotiate the contract at that point?
After that year, immediately after that year, I was like, hey, this
isn't working.
Used to be the best CFL player, and my stats are higher than his. I need to be up there. And he showed love. Yeah. Shout out to Jim Pop, the GM at the time.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You're like, listen, we can add a 0 here. We can put a 1 over here.
Of them. Yeah,
See, I do math. Next time, call me. I do math, James.
Yes,
I'm going there and I'll be like, nah, this isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm,
I love it.
But I will say, just to mix in these stories, this gets me excited because I've been traveling and bouncing around for my career, and I'm just getting back retiring from Canada. So me getting ready to be a first-time homeowner, and I'm hearing these 50-year loans. And
is it interesting?
It is. I'm sitting back just listening. It is.
Yeah. see, and you're just kind of a regular guy, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to buy. You hear this 50 years, and all of a sudden you get a little excited about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And that, KSENIA, that is the whole point.
Yep.
Right. Is you're creating a buzz and you're creating affordability. And I think we're going, like I said on the previous segment, I think we're going to see rates drop. And if you couple that with a 50-year mortgage, it's borderline. Remember the interest-only loans, right? People are like, oh, it's so bad. It's interest-only. Guys, and listen, I'm going to talk kind of mean for a second. It's called financial discipline, right? I had breakfast with a real estate agent today, and that's exactly what we were talking about. She's like, people, in order to pay off your house, you have to have financial discipline. Right? You have to either force yourself by putting yourself on a specific term, or you have to throw money at it. When you read the stats right here, it tells you the actual stats explain 100% that people pay their mortgages off directly. Like they don't take them to term. So you have to have discipline to do it. So 50-year mortgage, my opinion, great thing. Are they released yet? No. Actually, funny side note.
What are the chances that this is going to come to fruition?
Well, I'll say it the way I say everything about Donald Trump, right? This guy, and I said this in front of a freaking whole crowd of real estate agents recently. I said, listen, have you ever known the man to say he's going to do something and he doesn't do it? Like, that's all I have to say, right? And it's a smart move because he can't super easily control the rates. Yeah, he can tell the Fed what he wants them to do. Yeah, he can make recommendations, but the president doesn't control the interest rates. He has to do things to make the market move. What he can do is what Obama did. And this is one thing I really liked about Obama. He did the $8,000 first-time homebuyer credit. And James, I know you'd love that. Yes. Imagine
I was in Canada.
Right, he was in Canada. Right? Well, you should have bought here. He was like, that's why I'm trying to get to Miami. But no, so that $8,000 helped. And what he literally did was, if you bought a house, they didn't write you a check. They give you an $8,000 credit off your taxes. So if you didn't owe the IRS money, they actually sent you a check. Right? That spurred the crap out of market. So he didn't change rates. He gave a little something back. That's what Trump's doing. Now, Trump's going to push the monetary policy to get the rates down too, right? He's not. Remember, people don't forget, Trump was never a politician. He was a real estate mogul. He grew up in the real estate world. So if the guy's going to do anything to help America, it's probably going to be through real estate somehow. We got to give him a little time. So 50-year mortgages, James is excited. I'm excited. KSENIA is excited. By the way, side note, it's not out yet. I did have a real estate agent when I was walking up into the building say, hey, can Jessica, somebody pre-approved yesterday, can Jessica qualify for the 50-year mortgage?
Oh, boy.
No. Because there is no 50-year mortgage, right? But it's a great idea.
The buzz is exciting, and I really do hope, okay, even if not 50, maybe it'll end up at 40 and whatever. I mean, anything will help.
Yes, it will. And I said it last year. I said, if they would just do a longer term mortgage, that could fix the problem. Right. And that's what we're doing. 50-year mortgage. So 50-year mortgages on $500,000 save you about $370 a month. Pretty significant. It's like 13% or so on your payment. It's supposedly going to be a regular conventional mortgage, and we do support this idea. And by the way, rates for veterans are in the 5s right now. You're not in the 6s. You can be in the low 5s with good credentials and a little fee. You can be in the high 5s with no fees right now on a 100% loan for our veterans. It is Veterans Day. I want to thank all you veterans for everything you've done for us again. From Mihara and Associates, Sen, from Lincoln Lending Group, from Wilder Sports Academy. We do support our veterans 100%. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we're going to talk all about Wilder Sports Academy. How do you find it? Where do you go? Is it on Wilder Street? That's a clue. It might be on Wilder Street here in Tampa. And no, James did not have that street named after himself. Before we leave, KSENIA, if you have real estate questions, because we know it's time to buy, we know the market is not down, it's technically up. How do they reach you, Sen?
They can call me at 813-755-REAL or go to tamparealestate.pro.
TampaRealEstate.pro. You guys found it. By the way, there's a new listing in my neighborhood from Mihara And Associates. Did you hear about that one?
Oh.
You want a big 5,000 square foot house
On
on
Lake
an acre
Marine?
of land on Spruce.
I love
actually.
your street.
Yes.
But I mean, that whole little
It
area
is.
that you're in, I love it.
Check it out. Call KSENIA. She'll show you the house, guys. It's a business happy hour. We'll be back in just a minute with James Wilder Jr. Stay tuned. All right.
Let's get back to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, owner of Lincoln Lending Group, and his co-host, KSENIA Akishina, realtor with Mihara And Associates.
All right, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. And today, we've got a local sports hero. Comes from a long line of football stars, starting with Dad, a Buccaneer. And you said he still holds the record for the most rushing yards?
Most rushing yards. He was the all-time. Mike Evans just broke that record last year.
That's right. Man, dude, Evans, how about this season? God.
I know.
God, he could have had another 1,000-yard freaking season,
Yep.
man.
It hurts. It hurts.
Well, what hurts worse is that was a freaking penalty, too, when they took him down and broke his collarbone. And when I saw him hit the ground and just not move, I'm like, oh, damn, because he's a tough dude, man.
I knew.
When you saw it, oh, God.
As soon as I knew.
I got chills. I was like, oh, that's really, really bad. And that was a catch.
They were just, I feel like everybody was just jinxing it, man. Like, because he was already, trying to battle, coming back from the injury already. And he was just.
They did jinx him a little bit. But
yeah.
Buccaneers, come on. Hey, by the way, great game against the Pats. You guys could have pulled that one out. That was kind of sad there. You can't lose. When you get a turnover in the last 2 minutes, you can't waste it. Okay, that's, I'm not a football player. I just watch.
Tough weekend, man.
Tough weekend, yeah. We started with Florida State. Oh, whole nother conversation. We just got to beat the Gators, man. Can we just
Bama Gators
Done.
to SEC? I'm okay.
Begin
I'm okay for
end.
now.
That's it.
That's not the standard,
right?
but for now, I'm okay with that.
Yes, that next year's coming around the corner. All right. So James Wilder Jr. All right, you told your life story in 30 seconds. now let's tell the second half of your life story.
There we go.
Wilder Sports Academy. What is it? Where is it? What do you do? How do we tell me everything?
Yes. Okay. Wilder Sports Academy. It's downtown. It's
Okay.
in downtown Tampa, 1601 North Marion Street.
Okay.
It's an industrial warehouse. We have an indoor turf field. We have an indoor professional size boxing ring. We have an outdoor grass field, basketball field, saunas, bathrooms for women and males. I always say that because you think that would be automatic, and that is not. It is not. So
not today.
Yeah, we show love for our women to have their separate space for their men.
Good.
And then we have the weight room. We work with the youth. We work with adults as well. And all of our trainers at the Sports Specific is a retired professional athlete.
Oh God. So were you thinking?
Well, for the youth, actually, I'm curious. Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
And
yep.
like what age?
Boys.
What age
my
group?
age is you see my baby boy. He's 5 years old, and he's been training with us since 3. Believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy. I train 2 4-year-olds because that's how low flag goes now. Flag goes down to pre-K.
What? People are putting their 4-year-olds?
It's very introductional, but it's but they
I mean,
sports parents are invested.
You think? Were your parents pretty invested?
I'm not gonna lie. I always tell I'm a little easier on my kids because I say this. I was born into a football family, a sports family, right? So, and I'm the last of 3 kids. So, and they all played sports. Thank goodness I loved football because if I didn't, it was I was one of the guys. We were getting off the bus and the drills were already set up and. It was like, hey, take your book bag off. Everybody on the bus was like, hey, he's gonna make it. I promise. At Lake Magdalene, I promise it was
really
early.
So like at a very young age, like you were groomed. Yeah. Like you're like, yo, Dad
I had no choice, man. Everywhere I went, like my baby pictures, I had like a football just stacked to there. I shared my dad's name, so like, oh, you're so and so's son, and we shared the same name. So it was like, oh, you're gonna be just like that, just like that, just like that. Everybody kind of just manifested it for
Man. So when did you first play sports? Like when did you first play football? Do you remember? Like when you're 5 years old, you played on a team?
No, I really was. And it sounds fake, but I was training at like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh my God.
Yeah, at literally like cones and
So that's
and
what
we were start running hills at like 6 or 7, and same thing I'm doing with my sons. Yeah.
Wow. So
that's the recipe. If you look at my sister, she's all right. So I mean, she's 5'10", about 175. Just to try to put that. I'll send you over the link to her highlight. It's crazy. My dad's 6'3", I'm 6'3". My son is freaking tall compared to the other 9-year-olds. But like I said, my youngest son, he's 5 years old. He's been training for like 2 years already.
Dang. All right. So can anybody go to Wilder Sports Academy?
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah, anybody. Ages 4 and up. Ages 4 and up, you're insured. We do even a seniors class. We haven't filled it out yet, but we are looking to have like a 55 and up class, for everybody. Sometimes I like to say the classic. I don't like to say elderly. Sometimes what I'm saying? Sometimes the classics.
Yeah, I'm
like
getting close to being classic.
Like to be around other classics, know, and I want to kind of create that environment for them as well. We have all women groups for women who like to be around all other women. We have the boot camps for who just wants to be around everybody, the all-kid camps. Try to create something for everybody.
I love that. Yeah, so include everybody.
Yes.
Yep, very cool.
Like, are there hours or anything? Can we just show up? Should we just go to the website? What do we do?
Yes. Okay, you can go to the website, www.wildersportsacademy.com.
Okay.
You can go to the Facebook, wildersportsacademy.com, Instagram, wildersportsacademy.com.
It worked.
Yep. Yeah. It's wildersportsacademy.com on just about every link. TikTok. wildersportsacademy.com as well. And you'll see our website and our links on there. You'll see a lot of our videos working with the youth, the women, everybody.
And you said every trainer is a former pro athlete?
Every trainer besides our boot camp. Besides our boot camp, because they're boot camp trainers, but they great boot camp trainers. Yeah. But sports specific trainers, all professional athletes. We believe that experience is the best teacher. So
I love it. Now you're not doing hockey yet, right?
Not hockey yet. Hockey trainers, get at me. Professional retired hockey trainers, get at me.
Go. Somebody start pouring water on the ground because it's cold outside.
It'll last this week. It'll freeze up this week.
we could last a very short amount of time. All right, so anybody can go. We got young kids all the way up to classics. I had not heard that yet. By the way, I do reverse mortgages for classics. That's a whole. I've never heard that before. All right, so Wilder Sports Academy, we can check that out. We have about a minute and a half left. What about this new thing about football?
Yes, okay, the football. So I partnered up with the Skill Center. They're over on the Wilder, over on Wilder Street.
Yeah.
That is just a sign from God. I don't know, that just happened to be on Wilder Street. But they're top of the line, man. It's like the Tampa version of IMG. The IMG is like the Tampa version. They have top of the line everything, but they all have basketball, okay? So I'm using some of their places for classrooms, and then I just partnered up with Angeline. I'm going to use their $18.5 million football field. We're merging it all together to have a football team, high school and middle school football team for 2026.
I love this, man.
Yes.
I love it.
And with that, we will bring some of our retired pro players to coach.
I love it. Now, anything else you want to tell the listeners today?
Man, it's like I said, it's been a tough season, but man, go Noles. I'm gonna say it. Go Noles.
God, I love you for doing that, man. That's it.
Noles,
Go
yes.
Noles. Listen, we still have a couple games left, guys. But do we have 2 games left? Is that right?
We got two. We got two finishing off with the Gators.
Finishing off with the Gators, guys. We just got to beat the Gators. That's all we came for. You heard it from James Wilder Jr. Sen, anything for James? And how are you doing?
Well, I have so many questions. This always goes by so fast. So my daughter plays both flag football and basketball.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And, we're always looking to up the training and things like that. She has amazing coaches as it is, but I've got lots to talk to you about.
Let's
so.
do it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
There we
Great
go.
news.
And like James just said, you got to start him early, he said. You got to start him early. And he gave a little special message for my son, who's a hockey player. Don't stop being lazy. Pick up your stick and practice. That's right. Come on. We need more practice out of you guys. James, thank you so much for joining the Business Happy
Thanks
Hour.
for having me on the platform, and shout out to the Lincoln Lending Group, and shout out to Frank the Bank.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
Yep, and we'll have you back on later. Hopefully after we beat the Gators, we can do that.
We'll be back.
Veterans, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. Lincoln Lending Group and Mihara and Associates, we're out. See you guys next week.